fight for the unity. Fight for the unity. Husband and wife that are supposed to come together to fight against their enemy are fighting against themselves. You have the energy to fight against one another, but you don't have the energy to pray for one another. Yes, so your wife has become an enemy instead of praying partner. One of the biblical truths about marriage is that marriage is spiritual warfare. Oh yes, marriage is spiritual warfare. And that is why each partner that are involved, if they must overcome the troubles in marriage, they must be spiritually oriented. Of course, you see, I have to tell you something, that the enemy hates unity in marriage. Yes, the devil hates unity in marriage. Satan and his cohorts hate unity in marriage. Do you know why? Because agreement between husband and wife is a great weapon against the enemy. Agreement between the husband and wife is powerful. Oh yes, and that is why the devil will never allow them, to come together in unity in that marriage. Let me give some biblical key points. And the first biblical key point here is Matthew chapter 18 verse 19 says, "Again I said unto you, that if two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven." Look at that word. If two of you shall agree on earth, if the husband and wife shall agree to move the marriage forward, if the husband and wife shall agree to put the enemy where it belongs, I tell you, see, they will succeed. And so that is why you see the enemy hates unity between the husband and the wife. The enemy hates unity because that agreement, you see, that people just commonize, that agreement between the husband and wife is powerful. It's a great weapon. Great weapon. And the best way to keep that agreement going is mutual respect. Mutual respect. And so the enemy will never allow that marriage to settle. You see, as long as the husband and wife are fighting against each other. Look at that word. Say, if two of you shall agree, if husband and wife shall agree as touching anything, you see, heaven will support them. Yes, heaven will support them. Why? Because heaven will support marriage. So heaven will support them, bringing their enemy to where that enemy belongs. Another biblical key point here is Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 30, which says, "How should one chase 1,000 and two put 10,000 to flight, except their rock has sold them and the Lord has shut them up?" Look at that word. The word that we really want to pick there is that one shall chase 1,000, but two shall put to flight 10,000. Only the wife shall chase 1,000. Only the husband shall chase 1,000. But when husband and wife come together in agreement without division, he said their strength, that agreement, be something that is powerful. That agreement be something that is a great weapon in that marriage. He said both of them shall chase 10,000, shall put 10,000 of their enemy to flight. That is to tell us how important agreement in marriage is. Yes. And so the devil will do everything possible to ensure that there is disagreement, because the devil hates agreements, hates unity in marriage. So, my brother, my sister, I just want to tell you the importance of unity between you and your husband, between you and your wife, between you and your spouse in that marriage. Unity. Say, fight for that unity. Fight for your unity. Fight for the unity in marriage. You see, division, constant strife, unforgiveness, constant misunderstanding is not just a problem. People commonize it. That, it doesn't matter. We will disagree and settle. It doesn't matter. We'll be divided. Everybody going on his own. And then, if we can settle, we settle. It doesn't matter. I am a type who doesn't forgive so easily. It doesn't matter. Let me tell you. I will repeat it again. Division, constant strife, constant quarrel, unforgiveness, is a strategy of the enemy to weaken your marriage. If the enemy want to weaken your marriage, he will sow the seed of unforgiveness. If the enemy want to weaken your marriage, he will sow the seed of division. If the enemy want to weaken your marriage, he will sow the seed of constant strife, constant quarrel, constant misunderstanding without mutual respect. And once that marriage is weakened, I tell you, it is easier to destroy than to build. Yes, and that is why fight for the unity. Fight for the unity. Both of you that are supposed to come, husband and wife that are supposed to come together to fight against their enemy, are fighting against themselves. So if you are fighting against yourself, you see, how can you put 10,000 to flight? That would be impossible. Because even the Lord will not dwell in a place where there is constant disagreement. See, I don't know if you agree with this. Your wife may not be the enemy. Your husband may not be the enemy. It's just a seed that the devil has sowed that you have not been able yet to detect, and they have come together to fight against the enemy. The enemy that you are supposed to fight against in that marriage in order to build the unity, in order to make that marriage strong, in order to move the marriage to the next and higher level. The enemy have become a spectator, watching both of you destroying yourself, watching both of you fighting against themselves. If only both of you can come together. You see, look at the scriptural key point that I just read. Matthew chapter 18 verse 19. Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 30. If only the husband and wife can come together and put the enemies where they belong. Oftentimes, you see, people build marriage without putting God first, using their muscle. But you don't put romance in front in marriage. Oh yes, because in your relationship, you will strive. You will do well, romancing, doing all kind of stuff, or pleasure. But marriage is another platform entirely from your relationship. You see, where romance meets reality in marriage, and you have not been spiritually oriented, that marriage will crumble. Yes, because you don't build marriage on romance. Build marriage, the word of God. On the word of God. So the devil hates unity in marriage. The devil hates unity in marriage because your agreement between you and your wife, your agreement between you and your husband is powerful. It's a great weapon. It's a great weapon. So cover your marriage. Cover your marriage. Cover your marriage. And how can you do that? Pray together. Pray together. Study the word together. Worship together. Worship together. Yes, he said, where two or more gather in my name, there I will belong. See, when this thing begin to take place, you see, that you make the place so comfortable for God to dwell in order to cover your marriage. Don't give the enemy a chance to operate in your marriage anymore. Yes. You have the energy to fight against one another, but you don't have the energy to pray for one another. Yes, so your wife has become an enemy instead of praying partner.